Okay, so we're up against T-Mage in round 3, gonna jam another Oros in the side lane. I didn't draw any Tendrils in my hand, which is nice, because now I can, draw Duskmaws and hopefully Tendrils them. Oh, I didn't draw Tendrils combos last game either. Huh. I guess my last game was actually just very unfortunate. Kind of one of those games, like, I find, like, usually 1 out of, let's say 1 out of 8 games, maybe 1 out of 10 games, you just, like, either have a tiny mess up in rank 1 and get punished for it by never, like, drawing well, or you just, like, don't have a chance because your opponent draws, like, super well and nothing you do could catch up. Like, for instance, they just, like, happen to draw all 3 Brawn Wild Tamers in the first hand. Stuff like that you can't really do. You can't really take it too much to heart either. Best thing to do is likely to Vyric's Embrace and play Epidemic. I don't get to play Duskmaw, but I do get to kill his Othra and shrink his Packmaster by a pretty significant margin. And it hits me for 6 and I gain 10 life. Gaining life's not that relevant when Wegu's not in play, but it does give me a little bit of a cushion for his, Utera Packmaster shenanigans. He's probably on the grow wide, like, Werewood Patriarch sort of plan. But why would he play Othra if he was growing wide? That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Because Othra is more like a late game card. It's really good in the as an underdrop because it's an 8/6. But if it ranks up into an 0/12, that card just doesn't do anything. And you can't really afford to have a dud rank 2 card if you're playing a Swarm deck, like an Utera Packmaster deck would lead me to believe. But even though the cards are really good at rank 3, you don't want to have that lull in rank 2 where your card just doesn't do anything. So I can't imagine he's playing something a little untraditional here. Maybe like a it's hard for me to say because Utera Packmaster and Author are just kind of diametrically opposed, I feel. Maybe he's playing like an early game. I know he's just playing a leveling deck with Utera Packmaster for some reason. This only works on Utera creatures, so playing Asperian Sages is not like the greatest thing ever. He leveled an Iron Maiden and an Epic Hawk, so he's just like a super leveling deck that's just randomly playing Utera Packmaster. So what are we doing here? Playing Oros and then summoning back my other Oros? Hopefully it puts Not in front of the Othra. Oh, God. This deck hates me. Like, it's mutual, don't worry. The deck heard me tell that Wegu is my least favorite card in all of Soulforge. And now it's just punishing me by every time I play Immortal Echoes. It just goes in front of the Thundersoar or like anything that kills my creature. So he leveled up a Delpha Chronosculptor, which is an unplayable garbage. And he's leveling up a second card? I haven't seen yet what he's leveling. Still doesn't tell me. Okay, Dream Tree, which is strange. That means he has Malice Hermit, which I imagine he'll probably just play right now. No, he didn't play it. Okay, well I'm going to play 2 Crypt Conjurers because I really need those to be leveled. And the Asperian Sages are whatever. I'm just playing it to block the Asperian Sages instead of the Steel Iceseer because this gives me a greater chance of putting Oros in front of Steel Iceseer. It's probably going to put it in front of the stupid Asperian Sage because this deck hates me. But the idea is to put it in front of Steel Iceseer so I can kill it next turn. Instead of, not doing that. Because why would it? I guess now I'm kind of forced to put Oros maybe in front of Steel Iceseer. Perhaps, maybe actually Wegu would be pretty fine. With 2 Crypt Conjurers in play, I can just play Wegu and Immortal Echoes. Or maybe Wegu and Epidemic, depending on if he plays Malice Hermit or not. So what did he level with that one? So he leveled Thundersoar with Steel Iceseer, and then he leveled 2 Delphas with the Asperian Sages. And then he played Sharkblade Behemoth. I'm still thinking Oros is my best chance to be aggressive, so I'm going to play Oros and then I'm going to play Immortal Echoes to get back the other Oros. Or perhaps even a Crypt Conjurer. I have plenty of opportunities to draw Wegu, and I can't make it especially big in rank 2. Rank 3 is when Wegu gets really large. Please in front of Steel Iceseer. Thank goodness. I need to kill the Steel Iceseer like pretty soon. I didn't draw any removals supposed to do so, but it's quite nice to try to kill the Steel Iceseer. So now he can actually level up his rank 1 cards to rank 2, which isn't that important since he played 3 experience ages in the first rank, which is very strong. And he's got Delpha, so he should have leveled cards like the entire game. Most of those cards I've seen suck, so hopefully he just can't rely on their base stats enough to kill me. With the synergy I have for Wegu. Because Iron Maiden and Othra 2, they're both useless plays, so you have to level them, so I don't think he can really kill me before rank 3. And even in rank 3, if I ever draw a Duskmaw Tendrils combo, I can kill those 2 creatures without batting an eye. So he gets to play an extra card from Dream Tree, and then Dream Tree won't even die next turn. That's really unfortunate. So what do I want to do here? I could play Wegu and pump it with Immortal Echoes. That might actually be the best play I have here. It goes to 7 toughness, correct? Because I gain 6 life, so it would be 7 toughness, and the Sharply Move would kill it. Not the best, so I guess I'll just play it. I could play a level 1 Shard Plate. Or I could play Epidemic instead of Immortal Echoes, because I have an Immortal Echoes running right now, so actually probably better to play Epidemic to kill his Dream Tree and then play Immortal Echoes to bring back an additional creature. It also shrinks Thundersoar, so it can't kill my Oros next turn, unless he pumps it. So I think that plays much better than any of my alternatives. And I get back 2 creatures. Probably would have wanted them in the opposite direction, like the Crypt Conjurer here in front of the creature with 7 power and the the Oros in front of the creature with 5 power, but they were free creatures, so what can you ask for, really? I didn't catch what he leveled with Steel Eye Seer, but I'm fairly sure it's Thundersoar since he didn't play 1 or level 1 in the first level. So it was Sharply Behemoth. So he still hasn't drawn his Iron Maiden, because he definitely would have leveled that card. He gets 1 more level with Steel Eye Seer. Next turn is looking like a good turn for Wegu. Maybe Wegu Immortal Echoes, depending on what's still around. Probably this Crypt Conjurer over here in the first lane. Maybe even the Crypt Conjurer over here in the 4th lane. Didn't draw an Immortal Echoes, or I'm sorry, an Epidemic to kill his Thundersoar, so I'm going to take a little bit of damage, but I'm at 123, so it shouldn't matter that much. I swear, I've never played this deck before, and the deck's actually pretty hard, but my opponents are still taking like 4 minutes longer than me, like every game. I don't understand. Come on, guys. So he just plays the useless Iron Maiden. I think the best play here is actually to play Wegu and then Scythe it, because I haven't seen any removal spells from him. He basically doesn't have any. Wegu loses Breakthrough if you give it power with Scythe, and I gain 9 life from a Necreum spell. So this seems pretty good, like overall. A 19 power Wegu. And I take 2 less damage from Thundersoar. And I gain life from the Oros as well. Get an Oros back, draw 2 Tendrils. Man, Tendrils is really good in this deck, because the Crypt Conjurer, they're free at Necromancer spells, so you get a lot of life off Crypt Conjurer. I haven't been able to showcase that because I don't think I've drawn a single, like, the Tendrils I've drawn have either been, like, completely useless, where I have no Duskmaw or no Crypt Conjurer, or I just draw one without the other. Like, I rarely draw Tendrils in any sort of useful fashion. So he's blocking with Epicock, which, if you don't know, it's a card you don't see very often. It makes Ironbound Reinforcements, which pumps other creatures' attacks. It's not that great of a card, because it takes too much to work. You have to put it in the middle lane, and it loses mobility. So I'll block the Thundersoar with Crypt Conjurer. Shrink everything. I can play 3 spells here and put them pretty low. Actually, I can actually just kill the Thundersoar. So this is 4, 5, 6. I can't kill Sharply Behemoth. But I can put Epicock to 2, which I imagine he's probably going to want to block with. So we'll just play a bunch of spells here. Kill his guys, pump Wegu up a huge amount, and actually killed him. Okay, I guess. Oh, I forgot to add in the damage from Crypt Conjurer. So yeah, sometimes you just play Wegu and kill them with it. Because this guy doesn't play Dentrify, because he's too all in on leveling spells. Like, I knew as soon as he leveled up his entire hand and he didn't level up a single Dentrify or like anything like that. Like you have to have an answer to some big creature. If you're an Utera, you need to play Dentrify. Otherwise, you just lose to random stuff like Wegu or Othra or stuff like that.